Hello, Active Sage here on the Sage channel, and welcome back for some more Singular Survival. If you don't remember, in the previous episode, we managed to land ourselves on the moon, right next to a wonderful little monolith, or technically sterilith, stuck down here. I'm currently in Spectator just to show a few things. But what we are going to do today is first and foremost check our batteries, because it appears we have landed on one of the poles, which means we're probably not going to have too much sunlight up here. I know when we first landed we had a little bit of sun, but it seems to have set. Hopefully it'll come back up, but we might be in a spot of bother. So let's go ahead, check our batteries. I think it will be batteries underscore virus should be the majority of our batteries selected. We'll click on one of them, and fully recharged in 1 minute. So it looks like they're still recharging, which means we should be pretty alright for a while. Goody, good, goody. So we know we're alright on that now. Let's pop out this door. Let's make sure we got our helmet on. There we go, helmet's on. What do we have in our inventory? Some random stuff. Let's drop off a little bit of ice. In fact, that was pretty much full up. We'll drop it in there and hopefully it'll be... Well, let's drop in the connector so it'll almost guaranteed to be pulled correctly. Drop off this as well. And what we're going to do today is build a scouting craft to go scouting for resources, because I've decided, yes, we need ice, and we're going to need ice before we leave here, but considering we're in the shade, I'd like to get some more uranium to make sure when we do build a mining craft, we're going to be able to actually, power it properly. So what I'm going to do is go into here, select a few reactors, and we're going to power down most of these flying sausages reactors. That's not good. Okay, I don't know. Oh, no, I don't know why they vanished like that and they reset the thing. I guess maybe it's just because we're not in direct connection. We're not directly connected to that ship. Anyway, we're shutting down quite a few of these. Yeah, I don't know why those vanished. Maybe I clicked the wrong button. And now... Yeah, I must have clicked the wrong button. I clicked show on HUD instead of the correct one. Alrighty. Let's do that one more time. Reactor... Oh, these are cargo. Why the heck did I derp on that? Anyway, we're shutting down a lot of these. That way we'll save on uranium. And let's check our batteries really quickly to see if they're still charging up. Fully depleted. So it is depleting them, but it's depleting them very, very slowly now. So that's fine. So let's go out. And what we're going to build out here is just a very simple scout craft. So we can see our silicon 180 away. Somebody did tell me that the ore detector's range is affected by your antenna. So if you have an antenna set up that can see, well, hundreds and hundreds of meters away, it'll go ahead and actually allow you to, well, see any ores that are that far away. And Jesus Christ, that's a pretty loud sound while we're standing on that, eh? I love moon gravity. Anyway, let's turn on our flashlight as well. Let's go to our G screen. We're going to find ourselves a landing gear, and we're going to build a ion-powered ship, a thruster with... Well, a ship with ion thrusters, little dinky guys here, but to start it up, we're first going to need a landing gear. And we're going to use small ship one, so we're pressing R to switch over that. We'll rotate it around. Let's switch back and then back again. We'll press B, so it should be snap rotating. Nope. Okay, whatever. Well, it was the correct way. There we go. And we'll just place it right here, I guess. And that's not even sticking to the ground. That's not ideal, is it? Let's see if we can just stick it to the side here. Unfortunately, with some of their changes to how blocks are working, you can no longer... Okay, there seems to be quite a few things broken, actually. I'm doing control and scroll wheel to try to scroll this away or closer to me, and none of that's working, so looks like we might be in a spot about it. Let's see if we can just place this in a way where it'll stick. If not, it would appear that now using landing gears after the build system change is, yeah, slightly more than just unfortunate. Yikes. Okay, well, I guess we're just going to build our ship sitting on the ground since we can't connect it anymore. That's, kind of disheartening. I know in creative mode you can, like, use B to switch between, it'll sort of snap at 90-degree angles, while as a control allows it to snap over. I guess it doesn't matter. None of these are actually sticking, so we're in trouble here. Let's go ahead, since nothing is working properly, we're going to go ahead and just build off of another ship that we have attached, and once it's done, we'll just disconnect it. I think that should probably be the best solution. So let's start building out this way. Oh, as for SageCam, I know I could have SageCam out for this building process, but I've decided to leave SageCam in his little hibernation right now, all on his own, without him actually doing any spectator cam stuff, because this ship should be together in, well, just a matter of short minutes. because all we're really going to need is, well, almost like setting it up like a drone. We're going to need a few dinky ion thrusters, a reactor, and a few other little things. So pretty simple and straightforward. I think we'll rotate you around like this. We'll stick a cockpit. We're going to put our seat on the front again, like we did earlier for a previous drone. So seat. There we go. And once we actually find materials, if this even lets us find them, oh, interior plates, how useful. We'll probably fly back out here and just upgrade this thing up to be a proper mining ship of sorts. And now that we're in a lower gravity, we should actually be able to, well, pretty easily mine. Let's go ahead and find our thrusters. I had a whole section here with all the thrusters on them, I thought, but it looks like we're missing the hydrogen, or other ones. Ion thrusters, that's the word I was looking for. There we go. Coolio. So we'll flip you around, we'll put one thruster there, one thruster there. Hopefully 2 will be enough to lift this bugger. We'll put one on the back, and then one on the front. So super simple little guy. And in fact, we'll even go ahead and flip one around like that. That way we can move downwards once we get into complete zero gravity. Hopefully we'll have enough thruster components to fix this up and get it running, but I think we already have some just sitting about. And hopefully that'll be enough to lift it. I know it should be enough with the reactor, and it just hit me. We're going to need an access point, so we're going to remove these little buggers right here, and we're just going to stick the thrusters slightly offset like this on the side. Coolio. We're going to stick our ore detector now right on here, so click up into ore. Clink. Stick you there. We're going to hope that that person was not telling me, what's that word, Chinese whispers? I think that's a slightly racist way of saying passing on ideas that you heard somebody else say and possibly mishearing. A telephone is a better way of saying that. There we go. So I'll stick that on there, and hopefully that antenna will now boost our ore detector's range up to 5,000, as long as we can crank that up to full, which I think we will be able to. What else are we missing here? Remote control block and a camera, because even though we are going to be sitting on it, we do want to be able to remote control it from afar if we decide we want to. So remote, bloop. And we already have a camera, so on there. So dip, dip, flip you around a few times, get you right, and then we'll stick our camera on, I think, right here. And there we go. Now all we gotta do is weld all this up, and that should be an easy enough thing to do. We'll grab the solo. That would have been bad. Right, atmospheric thrusters don't work in space. That would have been game over for us. I can't believe I nearly forgot that. I'll just go ahead and weld all this up by hand. It'll take a little bit, but I don't think we have anything to worry about. And you've seen welding before, so I'll skip it. I knew I was forgetting something. I knew I was forgetting something. Where is it? Where's it on my... Oh, there it is. Gyroscope. Get on there. There we go. And there we go, it is now done. Our ship is ready to fly. You can see it's already, of course, lit up because it is connected into something that's connected into everything else. I think we got one little, yeah, we needed one more steel plate for that. Now that's done. As you can see, we've used up a little bit of oxygen and a little bit of hydrogen, but it's nothing like when we were down on the planet when it comes to the hydrogen use. Speaking of which, if we were to go into here, I think we were using tank 9. Somebody told me, like when I'm all confused, yeah, look at this. It's now told to bring it in here. It was Don Jacobs on the YouTube comments. Don Jacobs, he went ahead and said, why aren't you just using, put the word hydrogen in there and you'll figure it out. So apparently it's super smart. You just put the word hydrogen and it'll figure out the proper name for hydrogen bottle. A lot of the stuff is apparently like that. So maybe if we went to like an oxygen generator, one of these, and said, for you, we said oxygen, and give it 10 seconds, maybe this one will update. Maybe it's smart enough to get oxygen and it'll replace with oxygen tank. I don't know. It's every 10 seconds the TIM system ticks. And if you don't know, I've said it a billion times before, but just in case, the TIM system is an automated sorting script that we have set running. Doesn't look like it's updating it. We'll leave it there for a while to see if it does. I get sneaky suspicion it's not going to. Yeah, anyway, at least we got tank 9 set up. Tank 9. So it'll automatically pull in our hydrogen bottles now. Ta-da! In fact, we could probably go back to, I think it was just 9, wasn't it? Oh god, there's a million of them. Generator 9. There we go, that's the one we tweaked. Yeah, and we could probably just put the word tank in here. I just realized double-clicking a word doesn't select the whole word. We'll see if that works. I'm also going to just change its name so it's got tank space 9 in there as well. So I can search tank 9, I'll always get one of these. We'll see if that updates in the future as well. Groovy. Okay, let's get back to our ship. We need to get it some uranium. So we'll go through here. Uranium. Wow, the sausage was real low on this stuff. Shoot, hopefully it's those two that I had powered down. Everything's gonna be low on it because it has this all sort of, shifted between them all. Grinder drone, do we wanna... Oh shit, it's still moving stuff in there even though we shut those off. I think those are the two we shut off. Oh man. Yeah, we're definitely in some serious need of uranium here. Yikes. Anyway, we'll get this in here. Hopefully it will be able to fly. Let's go ahead and hop into this seat, do a K, do remote control. It should be, yep, the unnamed one. Do one of those. Estimated power. Okay, it's using barely any of the power, even though I know it's counting currently this vehicle and that one. It should be enough that it's... Well, it should be enough to keep it going because it was only 4%. So hopefully when we cut this, nothing bad will happen. Thank Christ. Okay, cool. Well, our ship is now ready to go. I think we'll leave that little tiny bit on the bottom. Select you. Our antenna's incomplete. I never grabbed the radio components because they were big. Let's grab 4 of those and finish that real quick. Scheiße, I brought 5 of them. There we go. 4. I was afraid it was going to auto-sort and fill back in the group I took, and I wouldn't be able to put them back into main storage because that happened quite a bit while I was building everything else. Anyway, there we go. Our antenna is now functional. Any new ore plots popping up? No. No. Okay, let's do our ore detector. Control panel ore detector. There we go. Broadcast using antenna. See, I was under the impression that the whole idea of this broadcast using antenna was the idea that if it sees something, it'll relay it through an antenna. That way, if you're standing over here on a hill, but the main scanning system sees something, you'll still be able to see it as long as you're within a receiving range of the antenna. But hey, somebody said that we'd be able to see... There we go. Ores being discovered at a greater range if we had the antenna on. So let's see if that actually works, shall we? Ore detector. Ore drone. Remote control. There we go. And then, yeah, that should do. So, there we go. And this is the ore drone. Because it's out there trying to find ore. Okay, so we're up to 5,000. I haven't seen any boost in that right now, but we're going to do our remote controls. And I'm still not seeing any boost in range. 50 meters is pretty damn pathetic, really. Pretty damn pathetic. 5,000 meters seems a lot more logical. Anyway, let's go ahead and take our odd little ship out for a spin. Again, can't rotate our view with Alt. We could do an F7, which puts our camera sort of in a spectator mode. Oh my god, our drone is quite weird. I love it, though. Yeah, if it wasn't for the seal on top, I actually think I'd actually really quite like it. Let's go ahead and keep our UI on. And let's remember we're looking for uranium. Now, I know on planets, whenever you find uranium, it's usually in a dark splotch. That's where you find pretty much any materials. But I don't know about the moon. Does it follow the same rule of thumb where dark areas will have stuff, or should we just fly down into a crater? Also, I'm pretty damn sure the 5,000 meter thing where the antenna somehow boosts the ore detector range is complete and utter bullshit. Because it doesn't appear like our range has been changed at all. As in, I'm not seeing any ore. Maybe this world is just dead. Also, Sage has forgotten to put thrusters on 2 different directions. And only just now realized this folly. Meaning this ship is pretty damn difficult to control. I knew I was forgetting something. But, I kind of hoped it would be something not so important as thrusters to allow us better control. Lots of ice. Do I need to press H? There, it's all visible now, so you should be telling me where things are. We're not seeing diddly squit yet. We don't have any lights on this either, which is a little bit unfortunate. It would have been kind of nice to have a little bit of lighting as we buzz close to the ground. Lights are also very useful for just, giving you an idea how close you are to the ground. But no such luck here. Oh my, we're going to crash. Oh my, we survived. How did that happen? I'm not sure, but I'm not going to complain. Right. Do we have a reverse thruster? Yes. Alright, we got lucky there. We got very lucky there. Gravity threw me off. We're going to go back to base and put a few more thrusters on real quick. And I'm just going to sort of silently in my head scream about how much I hate ore detectors, because they are so worthless apparently. Alrighty, we're back to base. Of course, it's going to take us a little while to decelerate. Because of course our minimal thrusters on this little thing. I didn't want to put too many thrusters on it. Oh my goodness, we went way past it. I wasn't expecting to go quite that far. But I did put minimal thrusters on it because we don't have too many thruster components. I think we have a maximum of about 50 thruster components at the current time. Yeah. not exactly brilliant. And of course, platinum is very rare, so no real luck with that. I also shut off my UI there for a second. It's a habit I've developed, rather unfortunately. Can we not crash? Can we just not crash? Come on. Thrusters, maneuver us, work with me. Alright, cool. So what we might actually end up having to do here is very unfortunate. Since the scanning range is non-existent, we might actually go ahead and actually fly the flying virus about to actually try to discover anything useful. This little ship of ours needs a landing gear as well. It's just hit me because we're not going to be able to dock it with a proper connection point. So we'll stick one of those on the bottom as well. What else do we need? Side thrusters, and I think that's about it. So let me set that up real quick. Hopefully that'll be fine. And we'll check our oxygen too. Yeah, we're still at 57%. We're alright. Oh, would you look at that? We have a fair few more thruster components than I thought. And how much does it take for a large ship one? Wow, 80. So we'd be eating through those really, really quick. God dang it, man. It's like you need a large ship to do any sort of vague, efficient mining. But it takes 1,000,000 of those. Let's see, do we have any more thruster components spread about? We got 20 there, 20 there. Just little stacks of 20 from the looks of it, and then the great majority of them, I'm assuming, are stacked up, yeah, in the main cargo storage. Yeah, just diddly squits scattered elsewhere. That's really, really unfortunate. Yeah, we're gonna have to stick with the small ship one. Do we want to make this sort of official down here? We might as well. We're gonna put one there, and one there, so it's held on now. And then we're going to go ahead and put 2 more facing downwards just to try to make sure this thing actually stays aloft. We should have all the components in our inventory. There we go. Very good. Something else I noticed is, look at this. It's like you can no longer weld up from this part. Even though there's a collision volume there, you can't really weld up from it anymore, which is, well, quite silly actually. You have to actually aim at the main body bulk area here. Bit odd. There we go. Motor, large steel tube, and construction component. One of each, and we already had some steel on us. And so now we can go ahead and put a proper landing gear on the bottom here. We're just going to have to remember whenever we dock the ship, we probably want to disable its inertial dampeners because it's not going to be tying into the main system through a connector, so it might end up being a bit silly. There we go, so got that hooked up. Once again, a bit disappointed in this stupid thing. Maybe if we were to go into the antenna settings. Okay, I renamed it to Ore. We should probably rename it to like Lunar Ore Drone, since it is a lunar ship, and that'll be its proper name. In fact, we can go to info and name it right here. Lunar Ore Drone. LOD for short. How you doing, LOD, you level of detail bastard? And so we can go ahead now and see enable broadcasting, our radius. There's no like extend scanner range. We could go ahead and do a test real quick. We'll shut off the ore detector on the main ship here. We might have even a few of them. So ore detector, nope, only one. 150 meter range is literally nothing. We'll shut that down, and sure enough, that's disappeared. So, but we know it was over there, so we can go ahead and check to see if this little guy here will be able to find us anything at all. Select our remote controls, connect, and fly ourselves over to where it was. And any second now it should be showing up once we actually know it's not going to be any second because it's only 50 meters, which means you pretty much have to crash into the ground. Okay, well, good news. It's not 50 meters because that's clearly more than 50 meters away. That's a lot more than 50 meters away and it's showing up. So I don't know. Oh, it's gone. Okay, let's go down. So apparently the range on this little guy here, our detector, even though it says 50 meters, is apparently, it's not 100 either. That's 100%, meaning the full range. It's actually not that. Also, our health is low. Why is our health low? I don't know. I've probably taken my helmet off. I did. I apparently accidentally took my helmet off. I'm amazed I didn't die. Also, did you guys hear any sound there? Because I didn't. It seems like the sound on the character... I would have expected like a sound as I took my helmet off, but maybe that's something they'll add. Anyway, at least now we know that the range on this thing is actually about 60. Yeah, closer to 70, but not 100 and not the 50 it says. dinky ore detector. I'm wondering now if maybe we add more ore detectors, if it somehow boosts it. Again, this is something I think would be awesome if they actually use their own upgrade systems in the game and, you know, let you upgrade an ore detector, maybe on all 4 sides of it. Maybe have the ore detector be longer, and all along it you can add different modules, or stack the module on top of module to make a monster of an ore detector. Not going to lie, I did honestly forget what materials we needed for it, but I did remember we needed ore detector components, so I got those. And apparently we had everything, even though our clicking there wasn't letting... Okay, yeah. The aiming on... Look at that, I'm clearly aiming at this. Our middle point is aiming directly at it. You can see our target reticle right in the middle of the screen, but no dice. Apparently we're somehow aiming below it. We have to aim all the way up here to be able to actually weld it up. Clearly not aiming at it at all now. Yeah, some trouble's going on. Anyway, grabbed our component stuff. Coming back over here now, and let's finish this off and hope to God it actually boosts our range here. So, got a new ore detector in. There we go. Hop into the seat. Let's do our remote control. Fly up and away, and it didn't boost at all. So, once again, it looks like pretty much useless. I mean, you got to get 50 meters off the ground, which I know it's a fairly large amount in real life, but when your ships are buzzing about, it often seems very minimal. Wish the scanners in this game weren't so freaking garbage. Anyway, let's go ahead. Let's select our iron virus. Let's turn back on its ore detector. Ore detector, there we go. Turn you back on. 150 meter range. So worthless. And there we go. So we can see that there. It just shows up as a little white check. Let's press H. Okay, they're all going to be white checks. Okay, we have to have it like this, so it'll actually show up as more than just a white check. So we'll actually get the little ore icon. And let's fly around the moon a little bit. We have 3 hours of fuel at this rate. Our oxygen bottle is still pretty well off, so I think we'll be good for a while. Now let's just see if we can find ourselves some ore.